All right. What is up, everybody? This is Steve the Breach coming to you here. I don't know why everything's a little bit blurry in the background, but what a fun edition of WWE Monday Night Raw. Everything was setting up Saturday night's main event. It's going to be a really, really big show. Two really big matches from the Monday Night Raw brand. Show opened with Logan Paul coming out there. Having a face-off with Gunther, which basically, I think, moves Logan Paul a little bit further up the crowd. Moves Logan Paul a little bit further up the card. Having a more face-off with, former champions. I really wanted him to win on Saturday. I really don't think it's going to happen. I think they're really trying to set up for that match. That's going to be the night after Money in the Bank on Monday Night Raw. I think that's going to be Gunther versus Jey Uso. I think they want to put over the WrestleMania 41 rematch. Gunther getting his chance. I do like the fact that, they're making people kind of wait for rematches. I know that it was always kind of rushed, and then if you had a title change on a pay-per-view, then you would have the rematch on Monday Night Raw. If you knew that it was going to be a schmoz, that they were just trying to throw it out to get that title match to go away so they can move on to the next thing. If it was going to be a big match, or maybe the title would change back, or they were just trying to really emphasize that title change, maybe it would be on the next pay-per-view or something like that. But now it's almost like they're kind of in the storyline telling us they're going to let the guy rest up, let the guy get ready, let him, practice, watch the tape, something like that. He's not just getting thrown right into a rematch. Main event, we have Bron Breakker going up against Jey Uso. Really good match. Bron Breakker, man, that guy is so good in the ring. That guy is main event level. He is where he deserves to be. That guy is so fast when he comes off the ropes. I've never seen anybody run around the ring like him. I've never seen anybody hit the ropes like him. Anybody that's out there that has done the spear, that's on the list of having one of the best, whether if you think of Rhino, Goldberg, I don't know why I went Rhino first, but Rhino, Goldberg, Roman Reigns, Edge, that spear. I mean, we're early in the career, but I think he's going to get known for that thing, and it's pretty much going to be Bron Breakker's move sooner than later. I think that is going to be awesome. But it was a touch-and-go match. It was back and forth. Nobody really had the real big advantage in here, but then all of a sudden just Seth Rollins breaks the match up, causing disqualification. I really thought that this was going to happen. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back and say, score another one for me, that I got the match right, that it was disqualification, but that's why I don't understand why it was a non-title match. If it was that obvious that it was going to be disqualification. Of course, Sami Zayn comes running down to, even the score. He's followed by CM Punk, turns into a whole, beat each other up and throw each other over the rail. They fight all the way into the back when the show goes off the air. And then right before it goes back to the air, we see Uso getting up and dusting himself off, only to get knocked out by Logan Paul. It's the third time he's knocked him out. Earlier in the show, Jey Uso came and super kicked Logan Paul, knocking him out. He was still selling the fact that he had bloody teeth, bloody gums, whatever it was, if he took the kick right in the teeth. For him to still be, having some blood in his mouth 2 hours later, I don't know what happened there. Maybe Uso really got him. Or maybe he, put it wasn't enough to be a blood capsule or anything like that, but it's just funny that if he still had blood in his mouth that much longer, maybe he was just drinking that fruit punch prime or something like that. But, other stuff that happened in there, Rhea Ripley, she qualified for the Money in the Bank. Zoe Starks, hurt her knee, second time it's happened in her WWE career. It's funny because Kairi Sane came back during this match, and she happened to have a little mishap where it looked like she was trying to like do like a turnaround pop-up kind of thing, and when she went to pop herself up with her knees, she didn't come up. She kind of still stayed down, and I thought maybe she was hurt. And then 2 seconds later, Zoe Starks comes in for this, like, I don't know if she was doing like a drop kick or something like that, but she hit the mat and she didn't get up. And I was like, oh, it was just kind of having that weird premonition of, somebody getting hurt, and somebody really did get hurt. So it doesn't really make any sense. There was another Money in the Bank qualifier, but who won that earlier in the match? If I can get to that, if I remember, I'll bring that up. But also, next week we have Tozawa going to be going up against Rusev. And, this is a match that Tozawa wants. It's probably going to get destroyed. Otis wasn't in the picture tonight, so they're kind of selling that Otis is hurt from the hands of Rusev. So I'm guessing he's going to kill Tozawa. We've got a 3-way for the tag team titles. We've got New Day. We've got the Creed brothers. We've got the freaking Vikings, whatever they're called, the War Machines or whatever they're called now. But they're going to be in there. Love to see the Creeds come out with those titles. I really do like those guys, and the fact that they got to run with the belts, that would be freaking awesome. Not saying that I don't like the New Day or anything like that, but it would be cool to see them sort of escape with the belt somehow. I remember the match that ended with Americano on the outside. That was the tag match where Judgment Day actually got a win. It looks like Roxanne Perez is going to be added into the Judgment Day somehow. I've heard a few people thinking that maybe it's Finn Balor trying to introduce Roxanne Perez to being around Dom. She did give him a present of a whole bunch of chicken tendies. Maybe like seeing if like Liv's not around and he's kind of feeling like he needs some action. Maybe he cheats and that breaks them up. And that's kind of what Finn is looking for, because he wants to get rid of Liv, because they sort of have animosity about who's the leader of the Judgment Day. Raquel didn't want Roxanne around, said that Liv was going to hear about this. Finn said that he was happy that she was going to tell her. So it could be that. It could be maybe just Finn trying to set them up, and it doesn't work out because they're smarter than Finn is. And then Liv, as well as Dominic, they leave the Judgment Day on their own as baby faces, and maybe that's what they want. With so many people loving Dirty Dom, maybe it turns him face, gets him out of this Judgment Day ordeal of having to lose these matches. You can see him not really being involved with them. Even on the walk-in, he seemed to be like 10 feet behind the Judgment Day, so he kind of already seems removed from the group as well. But I really don't remember who qualified for the Money in the Bank match, but Solo got in there on SmackDown. So Solo is my hopeful pick. I love him. I love rooting for him. And I don't know if they're trying to set up something for SummerSlam for him in a singles match, but I would love to see him win the Money in the Bank briefcase. I'm not really 100% sure who is going to be my favorite, but I think I'm picking Sammy in that match as of right now. But Solo getting a win on TV, setting himself up for a pay-per-view match. Him not being like the biggest dude where, they just put a big guy in there like Braun Strowman or something like that to catch people, flying off the ladders, not, taking a big bump, not getting hurt, having somebody to land on. Kind of makes me feel better because it's not like he's just one of those guys, but we'll see. At least they got plans for him. But Monday Night Raw in the books, damn good show.